We are going live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube now. You can start the meeting.
Yeah. Dharmashastram ityadi vishayah mama vishesha ruchi vishayah santi. So I will not continue much in Sanskrit, but somewhere little bit of Sanskrit will be added, because since we are a part of Hindu studies, and Hindu studies without Sanskrit cannot be imagined at all. So yes, other languages are there, but the primary texts of Hinduism, which we believe, which we have faith, which we read, they are there in Sanskrit. So we have kept a syllabus like Sanskrit for the for beginners. So basic Sanskrit, which you can read, you can read the Bhagavad Gita. I won't say you can understand the Bhagavad Gita. That is a too big statement, because for understanding even one shlok of the Bhagavad Gita, you need the entire life. So I won't say understanding, but you can decipher the Bhagavad Gita. Sandhi Vichhed you can do. So that much knowledge you'll be having. So the idea which came up was by Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, who was the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the university, that to start a center for studying Hinduism. See, we have centers for Jainism. So you have Jainology, you have Buddhist studies, you also have Islamic studies, you also have Sikh studies. But why not then why not Hindu studies? And in India, if you do not encourage Hindu studies, where else can you encourage? And abroad, there are departments where you have study of comparative religion, then Southeast Asian studies. So there you have a small section of Sanskrit and you have a small section of Hinduism, which most of the time they are chaired by European and American scholars. So they don't allow Hindu scholars to chair those positions. So you can say that the study of Hinduism happens with the outsider's attitude. If I don't know, if I don't belong to a particular belief, the intricacies of the belief are not understood by you then. Understood? So you need to have, so it's not that you should not study. So does it mean that those who are non-Hindus, they should not study Hinduism? They should study Hinduism. But those nuances which are there can be understood by a practicing Hindu rather than a non-Hindu. So that is the difference. That one has to keep in mind. So even suppose now, as he was saying that he teaches Vedanta. So and he teaches Advaita Vedanta. Now he comes from that training, so his knowledge of Advaita Vedanta and a non-trained person's knowledge of Advaita Vedanta is going to be different. So you have to understand that. And that's why we said, when the Pro-Vice Chancellor said that we will be having a position called Center for Hindu Philosophical Studies. Initially it was that, Hindu Philosophical Studies. So when you will be having that particular center, then later on, then in all over India, the UGC came up with the idea that you have to have a center for Hindu studies. Then it started, but initially it came from Mumbai University. But since whatever happened, the interesting part is that we are slow movers. We don't move fast. So we will respond slowly. So that's why, so before us, the Banaras Hindu University started the course on Hindu studies. And then it has gone all over India. There are certain private institutions also who have taken up this topic, and I heard that they are charging an exorbitant fee also for it. Something it goes about 25,000-30,000 rupees per year. So then we said that we'll have that, but then initially, so when we were discussing about it, the idea which came up was that to start it on an online mode. But if you want to have a proper degree of the University Grants Commission, then they want certain hours of training compulsory. in-house training compulsory. Training means teaching compulsory. So then they said that we will do it in the offline mode. But since we have students who are there from Bihar, Delhi, Gujarat, Ahmednagar, Aurangabad. So there are students across different towns and states. So then we'll keep them in the online mode, and others can then join and can have the offline mode lecture. So that is the idea which has come up. So you are Urvashi.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw your photo and I recognized. So you are a dancer by profession? Okay.
Actually, right now, my television actress.
अच्छा
Next show चल रहा है.
कौन सा?
अलग जाऊंगी.
Okay.
So I am full-time actress.
Actress.
But yeah, मेरा जो background था, because मैंने MA BEd English literature में किया और मेरा
Okay.
सबसे subject संस्कृत था.
Okay.
मैंने काफी हद तक संस्कृत पढ़ा है, संस्कृत ड्रामा पढ़ा है.
Wow.
भारवी भास कालिदास सबको पढ़ा है.
बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा.
संस्कृत plays भी किया, विक्रमोर्वशी मंदिर तो
अरे बहुत अच्छा.
भी किए हैं. तो थिएटर में थी, ड्रामा किया था. एंड देन मैं मतलब लेक्चरर थी, मतलब आगे जाके फिर अभी शौक तो वही था, एक्टिंग था. तो ये पढ़ रही थी तो जैसे किसी इंडस्ट्री में आना था तो
Yes.
भरतनाट्यम आल्सो.
Okay. नालंदा कहाँ से?
गुजरात.
बृहद गुजरात. Okay.
पढ़ने का
शौक है, कभी नहीं जाता है.
मैं चाहती हूँ अगर इसी में अगर पीएचडी कर सके तो मुझे करना है.
एक दो साल में हम लोग करेंगे.
क्योंकि आपको सच्ची बताओ, जब मैंने मेरा 2007 में पहला शो किया ना, तब मैं पीएचडी कर रही थी.
अच्छा.
पीएचडी छूट पाया.
Oh.
वो कहीं से रह गया था.
हाँ.
मुझे करना है.
Yes.
So now back to my
Good. Beena?
Kajal.
हाँ.
So I have done like language and science, and I've done some courses in yoga. That's a complete zero knowledge about Sanskrit.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Kajal. Yeah. आपका नाम? Amit. So what are you doing? History में graduation. Okay. Now you are doing some job, business. Okay.
मैं बताती हूँ हमारे शो की ये प्रोजेक्ट है, ये मैडम क्रिएटिव है. सब लोग तो हम लोग और कोर्स बिकॉज़ लाइक इनकी वजह से ही मैं कोर्स सेम माइंड वाले लोग इकट्ठे होते बात करते तो उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि उर्वशी इंटरेस्ट है, क्योंकि हमेशा मुझे पता है इसका मुद्दा मिलेगा, उसने ये किया, तो उसने मुझे बोला कि तुम्हारे इंटरेस्ट का कुछ आ रहा है इसको.
Okay, Amit. Yeah.
From the same industry.
Good. आपका नाम?
I'm Balaji.
Balaji Mani.
Balaji.
Okay. What do you do?
Commerce graduate. I'm chartered accountant, cost accountant.
Okay.
I'm a sabbatical.
Wow. Good. So you can dedicate a lot of time to reading and writing. Okay. So you are a prospective student for MA Sanskrit.
That's the plan.
Yeah, that you have to do. Yeah, your name?
Yeah, I'm Vedas.
Beena Sharma, right.
So I did my graduation in BCom. I did my diploma in human resource management. Then 15 years of my life. Then I quit my job and I engaged with NGO. We do a lot of work for our community basically. So in that I direct plays and bookkeeper and we run a bhajan class and Gita chanting. There's a lot of this kind of activity.
Which is it, Samvit Sudha?
No, this is the community-based organization, GSB.
GSB, yeah. So because there is one called Samvit Sudha also.
Oh, this is GSB Sabha.
Okay, GSB Shabha. Right, I understood.
That's about it.
Yeah. Good. Yes, Mr. Madhavan.
Yeah, my name is Mahadev.
Mahadevan. Okay.
Mahadev.
There's one Madhavan.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Mahadev.
Yeah. Okay.
I've done my graduation in commerce and I got my own business, trading and chemicals. And I also studied in Chennai for 2 years.
Hmm.
I also been teaching
Mhm.
Vedanta for the last 16 years. We all the Pradana Granthas and even Bhagavad, at present I am doing Bhagavad Gita, Shankara Bhashya, but I have not learned Sanskrit. I studied in English, but Shankara Bhashya was the list I can read. I can read the Bhashya.
I would tell you, Mr. Mahadevan, instead of reading the translation, Shankaracharya is much easier than the translation.
Yeah.
Much, much easier.
When I find it difficult, I go to Gambhir.
Yeah. But Chinmay Mission has also published now volumes of Shankar Bhashya
Yeah, but
with translation.
no, but Gambhir Anandji is much better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Because
Community of Swami Chinmanji is good, but then
Yeah.
when I go for the Bhashya,
Mhm.
Gambhir Anandji is good.
Okay. Yes, Harish bhai.
नमस्ते
नमस्ते.
मैं हरीश आशर घाटकोपर मुंबई से और मैंने एकेडमिक्स के अंदर बेसिकली आई एम इंजीनियर टेक्सटाइल इंजीनियरिंग एंड thereafter कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग मेरा खुद का छोटा सा फर्म है सॉफ्टवेयर का और एकेडमिक्स में मेरे पेरेंट्स पहले से एनकरेज करते थे तो मैं इनको के साथ जैसे शेयर करता था तो कभी मुझे हुआ कि क्या कोई आदमी कॉमर्स आर्ट्स साइंस तीनों में ग्रेजुएट हो सकता है वरना सरस्वती की कृपा हुई तो मैं तीनों में पीजी किया।
अच्छा।
हाँ उसके उपरांत संस्कृत भारती से सीखा और उसी में उनका जो गीता सोपान कोर्स था तो वो भी किया पूरी गीता संस्कृत व्याकरण की पुस्तक और लास्ट 2 years बैक लॉकडाउन के दरमियान केनिया मैडम करके थी उनके अंडर में इंग्लिश में भी भगवत गीता थी तो उसके बाद लास्ट ईयर हमने खुद ने एक कोर्स चलाया था बीबीसी गीता कोर्स बेसिक्स ऑफ भगवत गीता कोर्स वो पूरा हुआ उसके बाद वेदांत का भी मेरा चिन्मय मिशन से भी स्टडी है तो तो ये साल में हम वो भी एक कोर्स ले रहे हैं जो भी दिसंबर में पूरा हो जाएगा।
Good. That's nice. So, coming to our topic. Today we will discuss about what is dharma and then we will move to the Vedas. The section is Vedas and Upanishads, which will be dealt, Vedas portion will be dealt by myself and Upanishads portion will be dealt by Seema Sontakke. So since this is actually she was going to take the lecture, but since this is the first lecture, I said I will start the topic and then she can come. So we'll be sharing the platform. And now, so when we say dharma, so what do you understand by dharma? So now that is the etymology. Dharayati iti dharma. So kim dharayati? What does it? So now you have the verb. You should have the subject and you should have the object. Isn't it? So what does it bear? One that bears, one that upholds is dharma. Okay. What does it bear? Abhyudaya nishreyasa siddhi sadharma. So it bears the upliftment of persons. It bears the upliftment of persons in this world and also in the higher world. So Abhyudaya is something which we are going to experience today in this world. Nishreyas is something which we are going to experience after we die. So dharma takes up two aspects: life on the earth and life beyond the earth. So there is a very famous statement in the Mahabharata. So it is Dharayati iti dharma is one point which I would like to, which you need to understand. So what does it Dharayati? It bears Abhyudaya and Nishreyas. Abhyudaya stands for worldly achievements. And Nishraya stands for upliftment after death. Now, there is a very famous statement in the Vedas, in the Mahabharata. Mahabharata, Shanti Parva of the Mahabharata. That Parva is very significant. Shanti Parva. It doesn't have any story as such. So when Bhishma is on the Sharapanjara is bed of arrows, and Yudhishthir is the crown king. So Yudhishthir approaches Bhishma and to take his blessings, and the teachings of Bhishma are there in Shanti Parva and they are there in Anushasan Parva. There is no storyline. But if you want to understand the philosophy of the Mahabharata, Shanti Parva and Anushasan Parva are the most important sections. So it is Bhishma Upadesh, but that Upadesh is how your life should be, how your the kartavya should be followed. And now Yudhishthira is the king. So what sort of Raja Dharma you are going to follow? All this is there in the Shanti Parva and the Anushasan Parva of the Mahabharata. And then after Uttarayan, Bhishma, since he is Ichha Marani, he gives up his life and he dies. So that is there in the Shanti. So story is of 3 lines. But if you take up the work of Shanti Parva by with Hindi translation by Satawalekar from Swadhyay Mandal Paradi. Paradi is in Gujarat. So there they have a very nice building and a center for studies. And so suppose if you would like to visit, we will go over there. You can purchase books also. Books are there in very nominal price. They do it as seva. So that Shanti Parva is in 2 volumes. It's such huge. So much Upadesha is there. Now, in that Shanti Parva of the Mahabharata, Bhishma makes a very potent statement. And the statement is, Dharanat dharmam ityahuhu dharmo dharyate prajaha. So, as Urvashi ma'am said, dharayati iti dharmaha, they are dharanat. So, dharma is something which upholds the society. The structure of the society is upheld by dharma. That is why we are saying Hinduism should not be translated as religion. Because it is not just only just reading the Bhagavad Gita, doing puja. It is beyond that. It is not rituals. But at the same time, it is not just spiritual. It does not always speak about life after death. It tells us what we are going to do today in this world. So what type of life are you going to follow? Therefore, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan also wrote a book called Hindu Way of Life. Hindu Way of Life. It's a book by Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, where he discusses the spiritual aspect, the philosophical aspect, the metaphysical aspect of Hindu Dharma. So coming to the point, so you have one definition of Dharma. So it is the praja which is taken care of by Dharma. Dharmo dharyate praja. So Dharma looks after it. So if you follow Dharma properly, now if I don't teach properly, teaching is my Dharma. If I don't teach properly, I'm not going to earn. If I don't follow my Dharma, I will suffer because of that. Dharma dharya. So following your Swadharma, Bhagavad Gita had said, Swadharme nidhanam shreya paradharmo bhayavah. So following your Swadharma, there is one story in the Mahabharata. And the story says that there was one person, a Rishi, named Shvetaketu. And Shvetaketu was walking in the forest. He sat below a tree and he was concentrating on something. And a crane released her droppings on his head. Shvetaketu was disturbed. And so he looked at the crane, and the crane was reduced to ashes. Okay? So now he went to a village, and there was and started begging for alms. There was a Brahmani, and she came to know that he has come, and so she said, please wait for some time. The Brahmani gave her in-laws, her children, food, and then saw to it that the servants and other people have also got enough food to eat. And before she sitting to eat, she gave Shvetaketu the food. Now Shvetaketu was very angry. He had to wait for such a long time. एक तो सुबह ये हुआ है, प्रॉब्लम हुआ है, and now he has to wait. And so he was very angry, and he said, you made me wait for such a long time, and this is a sin. The Brahmani said, you have not understood Dharma. I am no crane. Okay? So you have not understood Dharma. I am no crane. And now Shvetaketu is stunned. And he asks her, who are you? So she said, I am just a simple Brahmin lady. I look after my house. I look after my in-laws. And the entire house is something which I bear on my shoulders. So he said that, what do you mean by I have not understood Dharma? So she says, go to a particular person, named something, name I don't remember right now, but go to a particular person and get knowledge of Dharma from him. Where is he? He is there in the village only. Search where he is there. Villages are small, so you can find out people and by their names. So now he searched that person, and that person was a butcher. And the butcher says, I know why have you come over here. So again, a shock of his life. So he says that, see, killing animals is something which is nishiddha. But since that is my dharma, I am doing it. So there is no sense of attachment towards it. It is my kartavya. I have to follow that and I am doing it. The Brahmin lady also did her kartavya to her family, and then before she would eat, she gave you alms. If that would have been a sin, if she would have eaten and then whatever is left over, she has given. That is not done. So that is the difference. And therefore, Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna also says, Swadharme nidhanam shreyah paradharmo bhayavah. So dharma stands for duty. Then dharma stands for positive attributes. How many of you know the Purusha Sukta? Have you heard about it? Purusha Sukta is a very important sukta in the Vedas, and it discusses the creation of the world from a huge, gigantic Purusha. Now there you get the oldest reference of dharma. See, when we are pursuing Hindu studies and we are understanding the terminology, the key terms, at that time, the first and the foremost effort which is undertaken is that one has to understand where does a particular word first occurs. So now we come to know that it is occurring in the Vedas. Okay, it is occurring in the Vedas. In Purusha Sukta, it is, some of you may be knowing Mantra Pushpanjali, Yajnena Yajnam Ayajanta Devaha Tani Dharmani Prathamani Asan. Dharmani, the word dharma is used over there in the Purusha Sukta of the Rigveda. So see how the words are so cryptic. Yajnena Yajnam Ayajanta Devaha. All the gods performed yajna with yajna. हो गया ना गड़बड़? Performed yajna with yajna. So their actions were also yajna. The Agni Kunda is yajna. The offerings which are given, that is also yajna. So the entire world is yajna itself. So they speak about Advaita. I always say that Advaita speaks about unification of the subject, of the object, of the kriya. Jnana, jnanam, and nyayate. All of them are one. So that Advaita is seen in the Purusha Sukta. Oldest reference. And so the dharmas which were followed, so the guna dharmas, the virtues, the attributes which belong to gods, they are dharma. So dharma would mean guna dharma, dharma would mean swadharma. What do the Vedas tell us? Vedas speak about doing your karmans. Do the Vedas say so eating is a karman? Yes, it is a karman. Do Vedas speak about that? But this eating is a very natural act. So Vedas need not have to speak about that. For that you need not have to refer to the Vedas. But Vedas speak about performing your rituals properly, performing the karma kanda properly. That is karma according to Vedas. And when the Vedas speak about karma, that karma is your dharma. You have to follow it. Vedas say, perform Agnihotra every day. Now, Agnihotra is a very small act. It is not a very detailed act. But still, see, even today, we have become so, I would say, Nastic, I won't say exactly, but we are not doing our karmas properly. We don't light a lamp in the house in the evening. Puja is not performed every day. So daily activities. So these are small activities which are there, which do not take much of your time, but you need to perform them. But that is not done. So Vedas speak about doing your karmas properly, your rituals properly. So that is also dharma. So as a Brahmin, suppose if somebody is a Brahmin, he has to follow certain karmas. What are they? Yajana, performing yajna, yajana, making somebody perform yajna, dan, giving danas, pratigraha, taking danas, give and take both, giving dan, taking dan, adhyayana, study, adhyapana, teach. These are the karmans of a Brahmin. Then for Kshatriyas, certain karmans are mentioned. For Vaishyas, certain karmans are mentioned. Shudras also certain karmans are mentioned. So these are the karmans which are there, and Vedas extol them, appreciate them. So that is the message of the Vedas. Therefore, we use the word karma dharma sanyoga. In Hindi, that use is there. In Marathi also we use the word karma dharma sanyoga. So dharma and your karma, they should come together. And when you are doing that, when you are doing it without any attachment, the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, you are doing it without any attachment. So the karakatva which is there with me, that I-ness which is there with me, dissolving that is going to take you to Nishrayas. So you have acharo dharma. Achara. So dharma is something which is sadhya. Dharma is sadhya. What is sadhya? Sadhya is something which you are going to accomplish it in your life. So till the last moment of your life, till the last breath of your life, you are going to perform. You are performing karma and you are performing dharma. Till the last moment of your life. But, so therefore, the word sadhya means we are achieving this. Siddha means that is already existent. So Surya is Siddha, already existent. But the karmans which I do, the lecture which I am taking is sadhya. So it is an action. So it will be achieved. So you have sadhya and siddha. Understood? Understood the difference, sadhya and siddha. And therefore, you have the concept of Brahma in Vedanta, in the Upanishads. Brahma is siddha. Dharma is sadhya. So by sadhya, you will be attaining that which is siddha. Siddha is already existent. Sadhya is to be existing. That is the difference. Sadhya and siddha. Okay. So just a minute, there's a chat. Please share. How do you share the board? ठीक है. हाँ. I'll take a photograph of it and then share it in the group. That will be better, so they can get it. Yeah. So we were there at Sadhya and Siddha. So you have acharo dharma. Achara means not pickle. Otherwise, you say acharo dharma. So acharo is not a pickle. So it is, and then there is another statement where sadacharo dharma, acharo dharma and sadacharo dharma. These are also two other definitions of dharma. Understood? So is it difficult? So these are the different ways how the term dharma also means guna dharma, attributes. What is the guna dharma of something? A, B, C, D. So it means what is the quality? So a guna dharma, the dharma of metal is to expand when heated and to contract when cold. You don't have, so the dharma of wood is catching fire. So these are the attributes. They also stand for dharma. And any vastu which is positive in nature is also dharma. So it is an extremely positive term and has got number of meanings associated with it. So there is a question which Ashwani has raised, and he says that as individual, how one person know his own swadharma? Like Arjun was a Kshatriya. See, here we are not saying that. See the idea. We see Arjun was a Kshatriya, so he has to do the karmans of a Kshatriya is following the caste system in a very rigid manner. So he may not wish to become a Kshatriya, but since his Kshatriya dharma is there, therefore he has to kill people. So it is not like that. Nowadays we don't follow caste system. So whatever livelihood, whatever means of livelihood you have, those means doing that work sincerely, that is dharma. Okay, so doing your work, so teaching is, so yeah, I am a Brahmin by birth, I know that, and teaching is naturally one of my karmans which are already mentioned in the text. But suppose if somebody becomes a engineer, civil engineer who is a Brahmin, or suppose somebody joins a leather factory in spite of being a Brahmin, so he should not join. No, not necessarily. So he has taken up that work as his karma, and following that karma sincerely is his dharma. So whatever, so Mr. Ashwani, so whatever livelihood you belong to, doing those karmans very well, doing that livelihood very well is something which you have, which you understand by swadharma, and therefore swadharme nidhanam sharaya paradharmo bhayavaha. We should teach this to the office staff, the non-teaching staff, the teachers, or so that is the dharma. Yeah. Yes.
So, but looking at the current scenario in which we are living,
yeah,
again there is a question that when there was a caste system, it was all okay. Now today, a person is performing different actions. Okay, supposing I take the class. So I am doing the teaching work. So at that time I am Brahmin. But supposing when I go out and I did some fight with someone due to some reason, so that I am the Kshatriya. When I'm transacting in monetary, so I am the Vaishya. And I may be doing some household work or other, then I am the so what is my what exactly am I? Am I a Brahmin or a Kshatriya or Vaishya or a Sudra?
You are a human being. And therefore, that's the reason why you have the concept in the Purusha Sukta, where you have the Virata Purush. And the Virata Purush, Brahmano yasya mukham asit, bahu rajanya kruta, uru tadasya yad vaishya padvyam shudro ajayata. So you have, so that Purusha itself is a Brahmin, is a Kshatriya, is a Vaishya, is a Shudra. So you are there, but the point which Dharmashastra says that what is your subsistence? You are subsisting upon something. So teaching becomes the dharma over there. So what is the means of livelihood? What is the means of earning money? That is the your dharma.
Majority of the time, what
Yes,
we are doing.
yes. That is the dharma.
Also mentioned that we should not do the other of the other.
Now certain smritis etc. they say this, but you have references like Vishwamitra now. Now Vishwamitra was a born Kshatriya, but he by his penance became Brahmarshi. So he became a Brahmin by birth, and he was the one who saw the Gayatri Mantra. This Bhurvasvah Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat is Vaishwamitri Gayatri. Is seen by sage Vishwamitra. So he was, in spite of being a Kshatriya, he became a Rishi, and he could see a mantra which is regarded to be the most powerful mantra in this world. Understood? So there is the shift of caste, and being a Rishi was not restricted to only Brahminism. Others could also do this. The moment you get a revelation of something which is divine, you become a Rishi. Muni hi mananat. Muni मनन करता है, हमेशा सोचता है, सोचते रहता है. And Rishi hi darshanat. And Rishi is something who gets a revelation. So Muni and Rishi are not synonyms. They are different. So Vishwamitra is a Rishi. Vasishta is a Rishi. But Agastya is a Muni. That is the difference. Any questions? Any observations? My friends who are online, any questions? But today in society, so many people displacement, like doctor becomes engineer, engineer becomes painter. We do not know exactly what is our aptitude since we are born. So we are not really enjoying. Is it means we do not know our swadharma. So see, the point is that what is the means of livelihood? आपका घर किस पे चलता है? So that is your swadharma. And today, since we are following a different pattern of society, since we are following a different societal pattern in itself, it is not as old as the earlier societal pattern. So where agar kumbhar ho gaya, so a potter should also so his son will become potter. If somebody is a cobbler, his son will become cobbler. Now you have what change and shift in the positions. All people come to
Everything is about economics.
Yeah. Artho hi pradhanah. So the difference between, somebody asked me, please ma'am, can you repeat the difference between Muni and Rishi? Munihi mananat. So one who contemplates, one who thinks is a Muni. And Rishihi darshanat. So one who gets a revelation is a Rishi. So that is the difference between Rishi and Muni. Then can you please repeat the Mahabharat shlok? Dharanat dharmam ityahuhu dharmo dharyate prajaha. This is a better mode of meeting, of taking class. No, not online, on Zoom. University is insisting on using Microsoft Teams. आज मैंने 1 घंटा डाला, but I am a technologically ignorant person, technologically challenged. Anything you can say.
Zoom is relatively simple.
Not on Teams.
Zoom is very convenient.
Also, there are certain things you take it for granted, like internet. Like yesterday, the Sanskrit Saptah, they requested them to cancel because internet connectivity between the chief guest was not
There.
getting So that's where the
And today also I am using my mobile hotspot. Otherwise, this room does not get internet. अभी ये कुछ करना पड़ेगा, एक के बाद एक.
But then are you also recording it so that it's second?
Yeah, recording it. Yes. Okay. Huh.
That has to be sent to everyone.
We'll be sending it. We'll take it from the computer section and then upload it somewhere where that Ravikant sir, I told Ravikant sir to take care of that. Yeah. So what was that last point? So livelihood. Artho hi pradhana. Therefore, Kautilya says in his Arthashastra, Artha Mulau Dharma Kamau. There are 4 Purusharthas: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Now, every individual, so this is how you can say that, see the expanse of Dharma. So Dharma is now, being a wife is my Dharma. So that is Patni Dharma. Then being a king is the Dharma. So you have Raja Dharma. Then the Smritis and Dharma Sutra discuss Dharma of a teacher, Guru Dharma. Then you have Brahmachari Dharma, you have Shishya Dharma. Brahmachari Dharma, interestingly, says that you have to get up at 3:30 in the morning. Okay, that is the Dharma. So first and so there is a very interesting statement. It says, "Na viksheta udyantam adityam." उगता सूर्य को मत देखो, मत देखिए, is a brahmachari dharma. So what is that? The dharma which the modern brahmacharis who are students, what do? आदित्य उगने के बाद फिर आराम से उठेंगे, क्योंकि उगता हुआ आदित्य को नहीं देखना है ना. Now the nuance is that उगते हुए आदित्य को नहीं देखना है, यानी पहले उसके पहले ही जागना चाहिए. Now we are doing completely ulta. Na viksheta udyantam adityam. So that is the brahmachari dharma. Then another point. Do not take bath. Now you'll be surprised. Do not take bath. How are you saying that? It means that, see, nowadays we spend lot of time in the bathroom. स्नान करने के लिए आधा घंटा लगता है. Not allowed for a brahmachari. Brahmachari should take a dip in the waters and come out. So it is only for cleansing your body. श्रृंगार का जो स्नान होता है वो चलता है आधा घंटा. So that is that. So you are not going to bother about your looks, about your hair, about your clothes. So whatever dhoti you are asked to wear, and uttari on the body to protect you from cold and heat, that is the only requirement. बाकी कुछ साथ में नहीं रखना है. So the explanation is very beautiful in one work known as आपस्तंभ धर्म सूत्र. लकड़ी जैसे पानी में गिरती है और ऊपर आती है, वैसे स्नान करना चाहिए.
पर अगर इसको सिद्धांत मानते हैं तो इतने समय में शुद्धि कैसे?
सिद्धांत, you are not going to take it literally. यानी ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लेना चाहिए. The point which they are trying to make it, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लेना चाहिए. Now you have to knock the doors and tell your children or your mother may be telling you कितना टाइम है, चलो बाहर आ जाओ, बाहर निकलो. We are exactly opposite. Understood? So the brahmachari dharma. Then you have gruhastha dharma. Gruhastha dharma, you have to follow certain mahayagyas, pancha mahayagyas. So perform puja every day. Then give offerings to your pitrus. That is dharma, pitru dharma. Then always respect your teacher and revise what you have learned in the whatever you have learned in your ashram. So every day at least read one chapter of the Veda which you have studied. Otherwise, what happens when you are back to the house and you are engrossed in your day-to-day activities, you forget what you have learned. So you may be telling that, मैडम मैंने 10 साल पहले संस्कृत पढ़ी है, अब मुझे कुछ याद नहीं है. सही बात है, लेकिन जो धर्म में बताया है तो संस्कृत का एक श्लोक तो कम से कम एक दिन में एक बार पढ़िए. So you will be staying touch with the subject. When your acharya comes to visit you, you have to welcome him in a very good manner. Okay, and then have discussions. Why have discussions? Because that is a give and take. Whatever knowledge you had in the ashram, acharya is brushing up the knowledge, and you are there now working for the society. Whatever problems are there in the society, whatever requirements are there in the society, that you are sharing with the acharya. In this way, both you and your acharya are going to be updated. That is the point. So welcome your acharya and have a good discussion with them. Okay, then whosoever comes as an atithi, manushya yajna. Now atithi means guests. Now guests are not your relatives. Okay, you will be saying, Gaon say we are having guests from the village. They are your relatives. Relatives is different and guest is different. Guest comes to your house unannounced and stays only for one night. उससे ज्यादा नहीं. Otherwise, you have your relatives coming and staying in your house for two months, and you have to do all seva. And the student comes and tells us, "Madam, क्या करें? मनुष्य धर्म है, अतिथि धर्म है." ये अतिथि धर्म नहीं है. Who is an atithi? Atithi may be a brahmachari who is going from one village to the other village in search of knowledge. So for him to have a safe place to stay, you will stay in the house of a gruhastha where you will be given food, water, place to rest, place to bathe, and get up early in the morning and leave. You are not supposed to stay. A tithi, one who does not have a tithi, another tithi. न विद्यते द्वितीया तिथि यस्य सः सः अतिथि. द्वितीया तिथि नहीं है, दूसरी तिथि नहीं है. Then he is an अतिथि. A Vaishya is an Atithi who goes from one village to the other village selling goods. He needs a place where he can rest. He needs a place where he can have food. These slowly and slowly you had the concept of dharmashala. And kings would or queens would sponsor construction of dharmashalas near certain temples. But before the concept of dharmashala, the concept was that give shelter to the needy and then give them food. So that is your dharma. Take care of them. Take care of their safety, safety of their life, safety of whatever wealth they have. And next day, leave them and let them go on their way. That is important. The last yajna which I wanted to say is Bhuta yajna. Bhuta means animals. Giving roti to dogs, giving food to ants, to birds, giving kahaka bali. So every day, you see, this is a practice which my grandmother had followed, but we have discontinued that. She would take a small portion of rice, add some ghee, and place it on the railing. The crow would come, eat that, and then she would sit to eat. So giving offerings to animals. Otherwise, what happens if the food becomes scarce? Animals start leaving from that place. We don't see crows. Crows, sparrows. The problem of sparrows is because of your mobile radiation and all that. Crows, the problem is that crows are natural scavengers. But they don't get enough food to eat, so they have left. Their number has also decreased. But giving food to them, then giving food to dogs, cats, giving them food to eat, that is Bhuta Bali. So these are your dharmas which you need to follow. And if you see the requirement, if you see the feeling which is there behind it, so it is not much karma kanda. There is not much karma kanda. It doesn't make you engross in only rituals. These are not rituals. These are acts of kindness, acts of compassion, acts of love. So it is said, acharo dharmaha, sadacharo dharmaha. And this, when you do it, then you have abhyudaya and nishreyas. This which is based on you can say which is a highly ritual based dharma. It was so, but if you see the original meaning which is there behind it, that meaning is a very beautiful meaning, and it's not difficult to follow also. Otherwise we say यहाँ कहाँ time मिलता है, इसके लिए 5 मिनट तो आप दे सकते हैं, ज़्यादा नहीं टाइम होता है. अतिथि यज्ञ तो बंद ही हो गया है, ऐसे कोई आते नहीं है, और अभी होटल्स एक्सेट्रा है तो वहां पे दे कैन स्टे, वो बंद हो गया है. बट भूत यज्ञ हो सकता है, देव पूजा हो सकती है, दिन में एक बार देवों की पूजा, ये छोटे छोटे काम होते हैं, ये हो सकते हैं. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो अंडरटेकिंग धर्म. एनी डाउट ऑन दिस? एनी कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस? देखिए अभी सब बहुत कुछ बातें बदल चुकी है.
Which book I tried, but then finally.
We'll share the recording with you. I will see that there are some notes.
Yeah. I like all those shows that
Huh.
say, but I really.
Yeah. So
have it.
we'll share the recording also. Don't worry. It will be open for all. Yeah, we know the basic yajna one should perform. Can we know the basic yajna one should perform each day? So MS. So Manasi, the basic yajna is performing your daily puja and giving offerings to animals and birds. And that is why many a times ये बोलते हैं कि दिन में कुछ भगवान का पढ़िए, तो कुछ स्तोत्र रहता है वो पढ़िए, जिससे हमारे मन की शांति होती है. भगवत गीता का एक अध्याय पढ़ सकते हैं. एक अध्याय is too much, na? I'm expecting. Everyone becomes serious. See, Kajal, today all of you are quiet. But slowly and slowly, when you will be getting used to it, you will understand the joy of sitting on the other side. मेरा तजुर्बा है. Mischievous by nature, that is there. But elderly people also become mischievous after some time. What is the meaning of arthamulau dharma kamau? Is another question. Artha, see, there are 4 purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. We were discussing about that today. So dharma is whatever your swadharma is there and whatever we discussed so long. Artha is the means of livelihood. The means of livelihood. And kama is desire. So the desire is conjugal desire, physical desire, as well as the basic requirements. Desiring for that. Now I am desiring a huge fridge. So that is my kama. So kama is not always sex. That is the difference. Now you have, so artha is so important. Artho hi pradhana, says Kautilya. Artha is so important.
The saying is in the complete.
Yeah. Artha is so important that so earning livelihood through proper means is very important. And fulfilling your desires with the means of subsistence which you have, that is kama. So according to Kautilya, it is artha mulau, but according to the smritis, it is dharma mulau artha kamau. Wealth should be obtained through correct means of earning. So being rich by cheating people? No, that is not correct. So dharma mulau hi artha kamau, according to Manusmriti and other texts. Your kamana should also be very much in tune with the dharma which you are doing. It should not be exorbitant. It should be within your limits and it should be ethical. So ethics and morality were the foundations of ancient Hindu society. And even in present times also, these are the foundations. We have not changed. But there are certain crimes happening in the society based on dharma, artha and kama. मैडम एक अध्याय पढ़ा तो जा सकता है पर समझ नहीं जा सकता है. By the end of your Umesh ji, by the end of your second year, you will understand the adhyaya also. I'm sure about it. Yeah. So any questions on this? Any additions? Are you getting bored?
अर्थ सर्वे गुणाः काञ्चनमाश्रिताः
Sarve gunaha kanchanam ashrayante. So all the qualities seek resort to kanchana, gold, means wealth. Yeah.
one more is ते सर्वे धन वृद्धानां द्वारे तिष्ठन्ति किङ्कराः वयोवृद्धा तपोवृद्धा योगवृद्धास्तथा परे ते सर्वे अर्थ वृद्धानां द्वारे तिष्ठन्ति किङ्कराः.
No, I'm not aware of it. I'll search it.
Yeah.
Or if you can get that Subhashit, please share it on the
Means at
group
the
also.
end, money matters.
Yeah, money man. So there are such type of statements. Subhashitas are also a characteristic of Sanskrit. So they are those proverbial sayings. So we can have a Subhashit every day. So taking up a Subhashit and telling it and then understanding the meaning of it. They are beautiful sayings. Yeah. Now, coming to the Vedas. The Vedas are the most ancient literary works. Now, when they are the most ancient literary works, so human beings in ancient times would see certain aspects of nature and would be struck by awe. Even now also, when we see the lightning, when we see the thundering, when we hear the thundering, when we look at the waterfalls, जो इसमें है ना कौन सा पिक्चर चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस, the दूध सागर waterfalls, such a beautiful shooting of that. So when we see the waterfalls, when we see the river flowing, the ocean, the waves of the oceans, extreme cold, extreme heat, incessant rain. So our human life is based on all this. We are completely dependent on these aspects of nature. So now we know the scientific reason behind it. So when we say thundering, when we say lightning, you can say that electricity is created from the by the what you can say, clash, right? By the clashing of clouds, and electricity is created, and then and therefore we see the flash of light, and then and light for, huh? Can someone share a pen? I'm not carrying a pen with me. हे झाले. इथे सही करायची आहे. इथे नाहीच आहे ना सही करायची.
त्यांनी करेक्शन केलंय तर हे कॉपी नवीन बनवलंय
अच्छा
हे
ओके
आणि फर्स्ट फ्लोर फर्स्ट फ्लोर म्हणतो फर्स्ट फ्लोर झालं बस एवढंच होतं.
ओके. Yeah. $45. Huh? Yeah. नहीं अभी तक जो ये जिन्होंने पे किया है they have something 47-48. Enrollment we have 57 और बाकी के लोगों ने पे नहीं किया है. हाँ, so now coming to the Vedas. Now we are so dependent on these aspects of nature that our life also becomes upset. See, when 2-3 years back, when there was water scarcity, what was the situation amongst people? Pani nahi aa raha tha. In a place like Latur, they would get water after 20 days. So much rationing tha. Right? Then because of rainfall, there is flooding and landslides. Isn't it? Extreme cold. There are other health problems. Extreme heat, people dying because of sunstroke. So these were the aspects of so when the aspects of nature do not function in a proper manner, human life becomes disturbed. Right? So now you may have the scientific explanation. You may say that global warming hai, ye hai, wo hai, and because of these pollution hai, we have cut down trees, flattened mountains. So therefore we are not getting good rain, no water, and many other problems are there which are faced by people. So in those days, they imagined each and every aspect of nature as a god, as a deity. So now you have a deity. What will you do to the deity? You will sing the praises. And these praises are there in the Vedas. So such type of praises are there in the Vedas. But every time praise is not there. There may be certain day-to-day observations. There may be certain revelations. Like in one sukta, in one sukta called the Varuna Sukta, the Rishi Vasishtha says that, oh Varun, we were friends some time back, and both you and me would nicely sit in a boat, and there in the midst of the ocean we would halt and we would enjoy the cradle-like movement of the boat. So where has that love gone? So that is the question which the which Vasishtha is asking Varun. So such type of are also there. Then there is one sukta which I will be doing the reading of that sukta because it's very interesting. Is a sukta of a gambler, one who gambles. And then he says that, look at my financial condition is not good. Now my relatives have disowned me. My parents don't look after me. My wife has gone to stay in her mother's place, and my mother-in-law hates me like anything. And so he says, don't play with dice. Do farming. So here, earning easy money is something which he else don't do, but earn money by the sweat of your brow. So that is something which is there. That is also there in Vedic literature. The Purusha Sukta we discuss is about the huge creation, and I have told you, Jnata, Jnana, and Neya are one. That is there in the Vedic text. Then there is one nice, lovely sukta which says about common thoughts and common actions. So when you think of common thought, when you have common thoughts, common ideas, and common action, the work becomes accomplished in the most excellent manner. ये तो मैनेजमेंट का ये है ना, लेसन है ना, the company where everybody works together to achieve their goal. So that is there in the text. So such type of appreciation, such type of revelations are there in the Vedic text. Now, if it is mere pleasure, what you can say is appreciation, who is going to enjoy that? Suppose if the boss says that आप बहुत अच्छा काम करते हो, ऐसे ही करते रहना, बहुत तरक्की करोगे, and then and if he says this every year, you will say ये तरक्की करने का कुछ translate होगा या नहीं? In numbers, how can my numbers indicate tarakki? Is something which you will be, which the employee will ask. Similarly, mere dry praise is not sufficient. Praise is accompanied by something out of love. In the company, it is vyavahar, but in the case of deities, it is love. So Ganpati को क्या मोदक अच्छे लगते हैं, we offer मोदक. देवी को क्या चने अच्छे लगते हैं, we offer चना. दत्त गुरु को पेढ़ा अच्छा लगता है, we offer पेढ़ा. Similarly, whatever would be the favorite offerings, Indra would like som. Now you will say som means liquor. Som is not liquor. I think Hyatt या किसी होटल में उनके बियर बार का नाम सोमाट रखा था. That's wrong. Som is not an alcoholic drink. It is something like your Cloud9. जो रहता है ना, can Cloud9 या ऐसा Red Bull. Red Bull तो मालूम होगा ना, energy drink, something like that. It's an energy drink, not like Complan or Bonvita, but even not like not as easy like and even not like your alcohol. It gives it, it's a beverage. It's not a hard drink. It's a beverage. So Indra loves that. So offer som to Indra. Then there is a deity, god named Pushan. These are all Vedic gods. Pushan. So Pushan is a god who has no teeth. So the offering which is there is lapsi, karambha, yani lapsi. A gruel of rice is offered to him. या किसी देवता को घी अच्छा लगता है, किसी को कर्ड्स अच्छा लगता है, किसी को एनिमल्स भी अच्छे लगते हैं. There were animals offered. Later on, by the time of Shankaracharya, animal offerings were stopped, and now you have, even if you have Vedic sacrifice performed, animals are not offered. Ghee, rice, porridge, then curds, milk, these are offered. but animals were offered initially. That is reality. We have to accept reality and then go ahead and see what is the best thing which we can do. So अभी now the offerings तो है, लेकिन क्या offerings कैसे भी देके चलेगा? Now I asked him for a pen. He gave it to me very respectfully. If he would have thrown a pen at on my face, क्या चलेगा? No. So there is a procedure. That procedure is also described in the Vedas. And that procedure is nothing else but Yajna. Yajna speak about the correct procedure of doing an action which is an offering to God. That is there. Then, that offerings which you are giving, if you are doing it in a very rude manner, क्या वो अच्छा लग सकता है? नहीं. So offerings को अगर हम अच्छे से बात करके, अच्छे से कुछ गा के अगर हम लोग करेंगे, तो वो अच्छा लगेगा. So there are chants which are there, there are tunes which are there, धुन रहती है. So that is there in the Vedas, and that Veda is Samaveda. Samaveda is all about singing. Then, day-to-day life, if we have certain troubles, अगर कुछ हाथ को कुछ स्किन इन्फेक्शन हुआ हो, या सर दर्द हो रही हो, या फ्रैक्चर हो गया हो, तो उससे छुटकारा कैसे पाने का, उसको क्योर क्या है, उसके लिए भी रेमेडीज वेदों में बताया है, और वो हो गया अथर्ववेद. अथर्ववेद में, अथर्ववेद एक बहुत लौकिक वेद है. It is very much physical in nature, not metaphysical. It is physical in nature, and it speaks about jarana, marana, vashikarana. Because of that, it did not have place in the Vedas for a long time, but ultimately it spoke of the wellness of the society, so it became a part of the Vedas. पुराने जमाने में एक बहुत बड़ी वेद राशि थी. Now वेद राशि is heap of the Vedas. तो ऐसे पन्ने ऐसा heap हो गया है क्या? ऐसा नहीं हुआ है. लोगों में बहुत सारे वेद प्रचलित थे. वेदव्यास मुनि ने इन सब प्रचलित वेदों को इकट्ठा किया, और इससे हो गया, और सब्जेक्ट मैटर वाइज क्लासिफिकेशन हो गया. जो मैं अभी कह रही थी वो मैं सब्जेक्ट मैटर वाइज क्लासिफिकेशन कह रही थी. प्रेज है, प्रोसीजर है, सिंगिंग है, डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज के लिए कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स है, उसके लिए उपाय है. सो जहां प्रेज है वो हो गया ऋग्वेद, जहां यज्ञ याग है वो हो गया यजुर्वेद, जहां चैंटिंग है वो हो गया सामवेद, और जो डे टू डे एक्टिविटी के बारे में बताया गया है वो हो गया अथर्ववेद. इस प्रकार से चारों वेदों की रचना की गई. व्यास मुनि ने एक एक वेद अपने शिष्यों को पढ़ाया. He taught one Ved, so he taught Rigved to his shishya called Pail. Then he taught Vaishampayan Yajurved. He taught Jaimini Samaved. He taught Atharvaved to Suvantu. और इससे वेद राशि जो है वो वेद राशि इकट्ठा हो गई. बाद में पैल ने अपने शिष्यों को ऋग्वेद पढ़ाया, वैशंपायन ने अपने शिष्यों को यजुर्वेद पढ़ाया, जैमिनी ने अपने शिष्यों को सामवेद पढ़ाया, और सुमन ने अपने शिष्य को अथर्ववेद पढ़ाया. इससे तैयार हो गए स्पेशलाइजेशंस. तो पैल के शिष्य हो गए ऋग्वेदी, वैशंपायन के शिष्य हो गए यजुर्वेदी, जैमिनी के शिष्य हो गए सामवेदी और सुमंतु के शिष्य हो गए अथर्ववेदी। इससे जो ब्राह्मणों में जो रचना है, वेदों के अनुसार जो रचना है, वो इसके कारण हुई है। So that becomes the, and then फिर माइक्रो स्पेशलाइजेशंस भी हो गए। हाँ, वे शुक्ल यजुर्वेद के 2 भाग हो गए, सामवेद के 4 भाग हो गए, तो उसके स्पेशलाइजेशंस हो गए। And in this way you have the Vedas being composed. So I will share the bifurcations also. Don't worry, I'll give you the notes. मुझे ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा टाइप करने के लिए, हो जाएगा। I'll give the notes.
Like you said, Yajurved, Yajya, Samved, chanting, Atharvaved,
Praise.
praise.
Now we will have some readings also. So I'll be sharing certain suktas. They may be in Sanskrit, but I will be telling you the meaning, and we can appreciate that. And I would like you to think and come up with certain explanations, because even I am in the process of interpretation. So कैसे इंटरप्रेट हो सकता है, उसका मीनिंग क्या है, उसका इनहेरेंट सेंस क्या है, कुछ अलग, अगर कुछ अलग आपने पढ़ा होगा, बिकॉज ऑल ऑफ यू आर ग्रोन अप्स, यू आर नॉट कॉलेज टीचर स्टूडेंट्स, सो यू कैन थिंक अबाउट दैट एंड देन वी कैन हैव अ डिस्कशन जैसा हम लोग करेंगे. वी विल नॉट डू दिस only I am talking and you are listening. That becomes very boring.
Some time to prepare.
Tomorrow I'll confirm about tomorrow's lecture. Because tomorrow Mrunalini Nevalkar is there. But उसके घर पे नवरात्रि का ये चल रहा है. So she's Saturday. Then कौन है? अश्विनी मैम ना? ओके, अश्विनी मैम मैं पूछ के बताती हूँ. So I'll stop over here. And
Sanskrit in this also.
आ जाओ. You will hear a scholar speaking in fluent Sanskrit. He won't speak for 2 hours. He'll speak for 15-20 minutes, but fluent Sanskrit. बहुत अच्छा.
When it is,
Ravindra Mole, Saturday.
and what time?
Saturday 2:30 to 4:30. You have a lecture morning. Somebody is taking 11.
There are 2 classes.
11 to 1 and 2 to 4 ना. So 11 to 1 होगा. 11 to 1 होगा. हाँ, yeah. I'll confirm that.
But then
Because
it will be
उसके-
over late.
No, it will be 11 to 1 अगर क्लास होगा, then you can attend Sanskrit day celebrations 2:30 to 4:30 and then नाश्ता करके जाइए.
अच्छा.
तो इसमें एक और क्लास दिखाई थी, तो वो
इसमें 2
प्रसाद
classes.
हाँ, तो प्रसाद का लेक्चर नहीं होगा. हाँ, so that is something which is उसके घर पे नवरात्रि है. So
Maybe after Navratri we can.
get it in a regular fashion. आज मेरा एक वेदांत का लेक्चर नहीं हो गया, कैंसिल हो गया.
For Saturday I'm also traveling.